So the next concept we're going to talk about is the big game changer. This really makes everything different. And we're going to start talking now about layers. Layers in Photoshop, the best way to think about them are they're magic panes of glass. And so I can have multiple panes of glass within my document. And then as I paint on one pane of glass, I can move that pane of glass around without destroying or moving anything else in the rest of the image. It's the best way to understand layers and the best kind of concept to have in your mind as you work with them. Now, it's really important to remember that as you work with layers in Photoshop, there's sort of two different ways we're looking at them. In our layers panel, we're looking at the layers from top to bottom. But in the document window, we're looking at it from front to back. So whatever's on top in the layers panel will be in front in the document window. Now, layers was also one of the things that set Photoshop on the map. It was the very first application to introduce layers that allowed you to add things to images that could be edited independently. And Photoshop has continued to innovate with all kinds of tricks like smart objects and adjustment layers that allow us to non-destructively work in our documents. Layers are a great concept to understand and really critical to a professional workflow. Let's take a look a little bit deeper at how we can use layers to help improve this image. So we're going to add a layer right now, and you do that by simply moving over here to the layers panel, and we're going to choose this option down here that looks like a little piece of paper with a corner turned up. That's sort of the universal icon in Photoshop for new, right? So we're going to make a new layer since we're in the layers palette. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see that it makes a new layer. The other way that you can make a new layer is that you can go to the layer menu and choose new layer. And you can see there's a shortcut for that with your OS. They will be a little bit different. It's Shift-Control-N on the PC and Shift-Command-N on the Mac. And when we click that, you can see that it brings up a dialog box where you can give the layer a name. We're not going to do that at this particular time because it's going to help me explain how to change the name in the next video or two. So we're going to just hit cancel if you follow along through that step. And we just want to have this one new layer called layer 1. And we're going to work on starting to add some color to this image to look like a color photograph. Let's check it out in the next video.